because I don't know if I'll stay
And
around
we
the
are
whole
now
year.
live. All my ambassadors out there in gaming. This is DrFeelGood back again on the OGL, and I have my popular ambassadors here today. I'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves, starting with Mr. Red Fox.
What's up? It's me, Mr. Red Fox, the proprietor of BS Busters. I like to export BS Busters so that it can be shared with as many as humanly possible. So brought some to Dr. Feelgood's channel because it's a new year and we're busting the same old bullshit.
Which is utter
Very, very
bullshit.
true. And you're next.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Joe Rider Moonstar, and I'm ready to make sure that something is let out. And trust me, it's not going to be pretty for somebody.
And you, Liger?
Uh, Basically like one half end duel. Let's get this party started.
Certainly not Bryce.
What's going on, YouTube? Spike Remix here. Let's get this thing started because apparently patience is a virtue is a long lost quote in the game community.
Ain't that the truth?
Apparently,
right.
so is intelligence.
Primary topic. Well, today the primary topic is going to be Nintendo Switch prediction. Else, we'll definitely touch on it, especially the recent shit that's popped up. But for now, Nintendo Switch predictions. 12th is right around the corner. I think it's going to be airing at, for me, this is on Central Time, which will be at work. I get to watch the whole thing uninterrupted. But the prediction I want to put out there, and I want to get you guys' opinions, is the launch date. A, do you think it will launch? Me said the 10th. I'm leaning more towards the 17th. What about you, Mr. Red Fox?
I think it's going to launch sometime in March, and that's as far as I can go as far as predictions go. Because here's the thing. Personally, just me, like from previous things, I think they might do towards the end of March, like they did with Splatoon.
But March
28th or 27th,
which is the last Friday.
Yeah, and so then basically, like, because they've been doing that a lot lately, and I think they might go with that. But I mean, don't take what I'm going to say as gospel, because Nintendo likes to do whatever the hell they want, and they don't care what other people think about it, which is one of the reasons I admire them.
Okay.
I was trying to hear you since I think you called my name, right?
Yeah, you're breaking up, Doc. If that's what's going on.
Okay. Now that's what is your opinion on what do you think it'll be?
For me, I guess it would be between the 19th and the 31st.
Okay. You like?
Well, for me, it will be the 31st. I told you in the last one, it will be basically just as the end of their financial fiscal year. So the 31st, and it's a Friday, so I could see that.
Okay.
I think March 17th, which is right in the middle of the month.
Okay. So we got 2 for the 17th, one between the last 10. Of course, you have to be the end of the fiscal year. And one more person just walked in, the world's best introductory troll.
Hello, this is Kanashi Abominito, here to say that that orange juice is going to be crying orange tears on Thursday.
I've been doing your job, so if anything, it's glad to have you around.
Oh God!
I'm sorry, but we were doing so What was that?
Oh god.
What, 5 before it got ruined?
Basically.
Yeah, don't even mention. Let's not talk about any citrus fruits in this podcast.
All right, no, so what we're doing, we're on the first topic. So Nintendo Switch predictions, the first day touch on.
Nintendo Switch predictions on what?
What the launch day?
The launch day?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna come out closer to April. I mean, it's gonna come out in March, but I think it's gonna come out late March because Nintendo usually likes to do that. You know, when we're really waiting for something, they say it's gonna come out in March, and then it comes out in like March, the last day of March.
Well, the last day of March is Friday, so yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
We can see it coming
I
out.
think they're either going to go the day of
Second
March.
launch was May 29th, and then Splatoon on. So they do play things when they say they give you a launch month. Typically, it's around the end of it. The only exception I've known to that is Xenoblade launched like the first.
So let's see. Most of us are in March, though. If anything, I'm probably the only one that had a range date.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be March, or it's either going to be March or like towards the like it's either going to be that Friday or that Thursday.
You don't have the best connection, Doc.
Clearly.
Shit, what's happening, guys?
You're
I'm exit and come back in.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Bad? Then what the hell you suggest I do?
No, because if you drop out, that ends the podcast. You're the one who set it up.
Yeah.
No,
That's how Google works,
have
man.
a
It's
device
stupid.
that you can switch out of. Like if you save the address, you might be able to move to another device. Sometimes you can do that.
Yeah, use your phone, switch over, and then double check and switch back in.
Yeah.
Topic that I have, if you got better, will be the launch price. I think we talked about this on the last OGL, but what do you think the price would be? And you can go first.
Sorry, what was the question?
What was the launch? What do you think would be the launch price of the Nintendo Switch?
$249, in between $249 and $300.
I'll give it mine. Let's say 300 to be between 300 and 400, really that range because of the technology. I mostly say 350, but that's my range.
Okay, Red Fox.
$249. $249. $249.
People wish. And if you're wondering about my price, I'm saying at least near 300, but my guess is about 300 to 350.
And I say
I would say
between,
about 250, 300.
yeah, that's why I'll say between 250 and 300. But would it have just one SKE, or would it have more than one, like what the way you did?
So no one here believes it's going to be $500.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nintendo knows not to go near that price range.
Yep, I agree with him on that.
All right then.
So next up, we have the day one launch game. So I want
Day one
each
launch
to name
game.
one so far. Besides,
Mario. Come on, man.
I like Mario.
Obvious one.
Breath of the Wild, ukulele, and I don't know what the third one would be. That Mario, it doesn't look like it's ready no time soon. What they showed last year.
Mario, Legend of Zelda.
I say Mario because you saying that because you don't know what we don't know. Why again? It's one of those things you do not know what without just looking at it. I can't go for images like that. It just can't.
Mario, Breath of the Wild. I don't know. They might have some ports. This is a iffy. Maybe ukulele.
Nah, I can see that.
I'm going to say a couple of ports and maybe that Splatoon game that we saw.
I don't think Splatoon.
You don't think Splatoon?
Not that quick, but I could be surprised.
Like if they're re-releasing Splatoon, like if they're porting Splatoon over to
The Switch.
It has to be more than just a few things. Like they're gonna have to add some stuff to it that's gonna make it worth your while. Because if you already have it, what's the use?
Yeah.
It's no use.
Oh God, that game.
That game is terrible.
Is this any better, guys?
I think yes.
Okay.
I'm the only one that hasn't spoke up on it, and I'm gonna probably go into a weird range. I'm guessing one shooter game, probably not Splatoon, apparently, because if anything, that's gonna take a bit. Ukulele, which I know some people are predicting, which I'll say is a dumb move by
I'm
Platonic,
going to say...
and probably a Nintendo Land or Wii Sports like title.
I could go with that one. Like they're gonna have some kind of game that shows off what that's for fun, a party game.
I'm going to say, or I'll say Breath of the Wild, Mario maybe. I'm going to say a handful or maybe like half a handful of indie games for their eShop just to say, hey, we have something on that you can download. Then maybe a third-party port or a third-party game made for the Switch or a third-party game that's on everything that's also being released for the Switch at the same time.
No. I'm thinking.
So no one here thinks we're gonna get Metroid?
No.
I'm thinking.
Metroid, no.
We aren't that desperate.
I think there's going to be at least one Wii U game that gets ported over to Switch, and that game is pretty much one. It'll be something that they really didn't use like the gamepad functionalities for, like your touch screen and stuff. So it'll probably be like Tropical Freeze or something like that. Might get a port.
Mario Kart probably too.
Similar to how Donkey Kong Country Returns, it got ported over to the 3DS from the original Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. So no one here thinks we'll get a Metroid.
No.
Not at launch. No.
No.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Like Metroid.
Zero.
No.
Metroid wouldn't be a launch
No.
game. I don't think.
Wow.
I mean,
Infinite Warfare.
No. And even if Metroid happens, and like I say, it's a small chance. You asking us to predict something that, like me, like this is like against what I like to do, because it's like I don't care really. When we find out the 12th, we find out what we need to find out, and then people gonna make the decisions. I know you're supposed to do it for fun, but if it happens, I just hope people buy the damn game. That's all I can hope for. That's it.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that all the launch we're gonna get are gonna be completely from the Wii U's library. Nothing new will be available except Breath of the Wild, and even that's a Wii U title.
I call bullshit.
If that happens, then there's going to be a lot of hypocrisy. That's
Hey, you know what? What's so funny?
The worst Nintendo
games
launch
gonna-
ever.
they're gonna
It's the worst.
No,
The worst Nintendo
no,
launch ever.
no.
Another PS4 to the same thing.
To them, it's going to be like, oh, this is what happened with the PS4. So games that I didn't get on the Wii U because I didn't want a Wii U, but now I can play them on the Switch.
I get what you're saying, but I'm with Perry Fan and with everybody else. You have to have a game that's Switch eccentric. You just got to. It makes no sense not to.
Yeah, I know. I'm being.
Shut up, baby.
It's just funny how that's what people want.
I was about to say, Doc, you really have some weird sense of humor.
But no, I have that. I'll be honest. I have that fear too. Like, it's going to be a PS4 launch that we're going to get one new game, one experimental game that's going to be fun, but no one's going to buy it. Like Knack, except that it'll be fun, and then ports. But everyone will love it because it's new and shiny.
Yeah, I know. The first game it's gonna be a launch. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival 2.
Oh no!
Again, with the jokes.
No.
But I'll say this. I'll say this to what you
crying.
said. I'll say this to you, Perry Fan. No, that's not gonna happen because again, we've shown many times that new games don't sell that well in this 8th generation or 9th or 7th.
I know.
Oh no, it's not new. We had one back last gen, and I think it sold decently. So why not bring it out? Especially with Amiibo support. Come on now.
Oh no! I'm not talking about. Come on, Doc. You should know me by now. I'm not talking about that it won't be profitable and make money for Nintendo. I'm talking about the stupidity of being that it has to be this high-footing thing. I mean, Splatoon raised above that. That's the only game. But again, all the other games, there's new games, whatever. Nobody talks about them, even though they made money for the company. So again, it's like.
Why are we talking about them again? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Other games that we'll see a launch.
Half-Life 3.
I do mean launch day, not launch window. Launch day available.
Half-Life 3.
Look, I told you guys it's going to be Breath of the Wild, that Mario game, maybe Lele.
Couple ports, maybe about 2-3 ports. I would say about 5 games.
And you know what? This is the game I'm not even going to buy. Even if it comes to the Switch, it's going to be Project Cars 2, and I'm not going to buy it.
Okay, yeah, right. That ain't happening.
There's a game. Speaking of ports, Federation Force HD doing Nintendo.
Oh hell! Oh no! Dude, that would be a whole new world war of controversy.
On this topic because if anything, I like to be surprised and watch the fireworks fly.
Yeah, that's the same way I am too.
You know what the sad thing is that I would like to see that just to see the haters crying and whining like just to oh, I don't want to care. It's not the Metroid I wanted. I would like to hear all that whining and complaining.
It's a Metroid game. It's real and it's part of the Metroid universe. So like it, you beeping babies.
Look, I'm not complaining about it. I'm simply saying
I'm talking about the ones that are crying.
I want to hear them whining and complaining and crying. I want to see it. I want to hear it.
All right.
But
well,
now for
if that's
day,
it for games,
like day one,
go ahead.
Like not like launch, but day one launch. I would say Breath of the Wild, a port, a Wii U port. I'd like to see Mario Kart 8, maybe, or and then a third-party support of some kind, whether it be a port of an old game, a new game, or a game like a exclusive game, and then an indie reel of download-only games.
I can see that.
I would say this. I think third parties are going to be making any new IPs anytime soon because they're going to want to play it safe. Even though this system may not be pushing power like the PS4, they're still going to play. It's seen evidence of this. Well, we'll wait, to see. Just go ahead and say you'll wait to see if the thing sells, and if it doesn't sell, you're gonna pull your support from it like you did the Wii U. But I can't see them want to make anything new because they don't want to take any more risks anymore. They're probably going to port some shit that did not come to the Wii U, like Advanced Warfare, you know, something like that. And if it does somewhat well, consider bringing the next iteration of the annual iteration to the system. But as far as third parties making any new IPs, new projects, we
They
won't
are
see that shit
SOL.
at all. Thinking like, oh, we'll get third party support. You'll get the same shit you got on the PS4 and Xbox One, and it won't be any different. The only difference will
Actually,
be the Switch you can take with you.
I was gonna say, it can't. It can't. It's not gonna be the same. It's likely gonna be worse because we all know how people are with third parties, or at least third parties
Yeah.
with Nintendo.
Yeah, they don't want to optimize. They want to claim that, oh, but it's not easy as we want to be. It doesn't have x86. We can't add the back. Whatever.
There's no easy button for us.
Basically. Well, we'll move on to and that is, I want you guys to take a guess at the battery life. Battery life would be of the tablet. And Sprite.
I'll say about, huh? Oh, you said go. I'll say between I'll say around 7 to 8 hours.
7 to 8 hours. Okay, wow, that's fortunate. Even the Wii U didn't get that. Didn't get that. It was close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
7 to 8 hours.
I'm gonna say about 4 to 5, possibly 6 hours.
I can. Okay, 4 to 5 hours.
I'll round it up to a middle, so I'll say 6 to 7.
6 to
So
7.
we have the ranges of 5 all the way to 8.
I'm going 5.
I say 5 as well too.
4 to 5, 6 to 7. And would you say Red Fox?
Anyone want to go 2 to 3? 1 to 2?
I say 5. 4 to 5.
I was going
Because the max battery life on the
same
game
as
is
we.
5. And I'm going to guess within these years they've at least gotten at least one more extra hour.
Well, the original,
Out of something like
one. If
that.
you got a high capacity battery like I do, I get 8 hours out of my gamepad.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the original because I still have the original. But
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, the capacity is 5 to 8 hours, but here's my thing. Yes, I'm pretty sure they've got better at the battery efficiency.
yeah,
But the tablet that has everything,
more
tablet,
power. Yeah.
and it's a high resolution screen with P to 720. Well, it's been said thus far. I can't really see them getting 8 hours out of it. If they do, that thing has to have a battery bigger than the 3DS. And 3DS had a big ass battery.
You gotta take one more thing too. As basically everybody, we gotta figure out what really the CPU is running, because there are certain chips that could run just as enough in tablets as well as that's more efficient for battery and heat.
And this is where I'm gonna have to make my prediction right here, because at the worst, with all the lights and gadgets on, I would say near 3 hours for the low end, but for the most efficient, I'm hoping for at least 6.5 hours.
I agree with that.
Yeah, 6.5.
Just for the amount of bells and whistles that are on the system, and like, here's the thing: this is a home console that you can take other places for a brief period of time. That's not really its optimum way of using it. So, like, I don't think its portability is really the highest selling point for it. I don't think.
Yeah, and like if it's only like 6 or something hours, that's okay. If people are willing to buy what are those like to go battery things for their phone for Pokemon Go, they can just use those or buy ones for their Switch too.
Depends on what they're using to put in for the charger. As in, if it's like a normal phone charger, then we could have some real interesting things. But otherwise, I could see it being a real hassle.
Okay. Now here's a follow-up question to that. That would be, like maybe how the Joy-Cons will connect to this little base, which I believe has power in it as well, on some type of battery input. Do you think the itself will have some add-on, maybe a bigger add? What?
I say it's going to be charging based off the system itself, which means that the battery life is going to be needing a longer charge, which will extend the charge rate up to something like about 5 hours or something, like for everything to be charged up fully.
No, I don't think it'd be that long.
What?
Say it
The
will
Joy-Con?
probably take about 3 hours to charge it.
Maybe an hour and a
Does that
half.
sound like her?
Like not like an hour to an hour and a half. Not.
I was saying for all of the pieces of the system.
Yeah, but I mean, when you charge all the pieces of the system, you just connect all that stuff, put it in the docking station, and just walk away. I'm thinking maybe an hour, hour and a half. I mean, I don't think because the whole point of selling you a game system is to keep you gaming.
That's what I know about. It's just that I'm saying that that one charge is going into three things at once. It's gonna be a little long in the tooth trying to wait for some of the charges, especially if the longest the charge is the system itself and the Joy-Cons are sucking the power off the system that is charging at the moment.
I'm just saying.
Well, I think the Joy-Cons have their own battery unit because when they show the Switch trailer, because they're in Skyrim without it being connected to
That's it has its own battery. No, it has its own battery.
to believe they had their own batteries.
Yeah.
Case, then how long are those batteries left? Are they? Or kind of small. I have the biggest hands in the world, but even I can say those are. I mean, I'm small.
They could. Oh, you know what? Why not? Let me go ahead, Doc. I'm going to do something and answer that question seriously. Let me go check something out.
Well, anyone can go. I've already finished. But how long do you think those Joy-Cons batteries will last?
No, I'm going to ask. That's what I'm saying. I want to ask that question right now. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something to find it out. Well, go ahead.
I mean, I'll take the guess myself, but I think the Joy-Cons by themselves. I said 10 hours because if you look at the Wii U Pro controller, that thing has like 80 hours. Now I know they're not that big, but that's 80 hours. So they last what 20 to 40 hours on a pair of AA's, roughly.
Which one?
I said the Wii U, the Wii Motion Plus controller lasts about 20 to 40 hours on.
80. Okay.
So if that's the case, I think these new Joy-Cons can at least give you 10 hours. I would say 10 to 20 hours on their own, since they have their own battery, of course.
Okay.
Anybody else on the Joy-Cons?
Maybe. I don't know.
Personally, I'm a little uneasy about the Joy-Cons as far as battery size because I'm not entirely sure of how much it's going to drink. Like, is it going to drink AA battery speed or not? But I'd say at least 2 hours at full usage.
I think the Joy-Cons might be using some type of proprietary, like they might be using some type of internalized battery.
As I was saying, I said it might be 2 hours on full usage, as in it's being used constantly over and over.
For that phone, and I can see them using a really thin, high-end, efficient lithium-ion battery in there. There may be a lot of games. I'm pretty sure most games will give you the option to play without them being docked on the screen. So it's like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, these things have to have power because it means nothing. I mean, it's bullshit if your screen is still on, but your Joy-Cons are dead. Like that would be some bullshit. You take your screen, you go on a flight, your screen works, but then your Joy-Con dies. you can't do any gaming unless you attach it to the tablet. And I'm not sure if it will charge it or will and it use some of its power to do that or not. I don't know. We don't know if docking those Joy-Cons on the tablet will charge them or just provide them power without charging. We just know they work independently from it, but you never know. We'll find out whether it's going to be AC or DC, more or less. Anybody else on the guess on the Joy-Con battery life?
Go ahead. I'll come back to it because, like I said, I'm researching on it right now.
Okay. Well, the next one, and this is actually a big one for me, the next topic, is will it offer asymmetric gameplay similar to the Wii U? Will it be at launch or later? But do you think they actually nixed that feature?
They screwed up the idea of going dual screen, so I'm saying that they're not going to pull it off. I mean, this is why I'm going to be scrooging out my rage on. People are saying that it's like a handheld and that it's going to be like the 3DS in a sense.
No, it's
I
not.
say
It's
no.
one screen experience.
Yeah, and that's the thing that bugs me the most because the 3DS and by extent the 3DS family entirely, they made things a lot more easier to understand that asymmetric gameplay of having one screen having different information from another screen. Saying it's gonna be like the portable in a sense. That's like showing off like a superpowered Vita, and we don't know how the Vita ran.
And I know it's a good chance it may not have it, but if it doesn't, I'm going to say I'm truly going to miss it because I'm probably one of the many Wii U owners that love the system that truly appreciate that feature
That's
that
what I
was used
enjoy
quite well in
too,
Nintendo Land.
because
And for anything from Nintendo Land to Tokyo Mirage sessions with all the information on the gamepad, of course, from the monster
the wonderful
information
101,
to
Splatoon, Nintendo Land, even some of the weirder games could have benefited from the dual screen, and seeing it go away. That's actually saying the third parties are winning.
That's why I don't like everyone's like, oh, I'm so excited for Pokemon Stars. It's gonna look so nice. Like, when is the last time you played a Pokemon game without a dual screen?
Or
every time
is that the rumor for the new Pokemon game,
is
Pokemon
that
Star?
they're porting it over to the
Eclipse.
Switch. Yeah, it's like, when's the last time you played a one-screen Pokemon game where you have to pause to do any menu navigation? You have to scroll over to do any battle menu. When's the last time you played a single-screen Animal Crossing when you had to pause to do anything without a touchscreen? Even a cursor, with the control stick, like you're gonna miss out on a lot of things. Like
First of all, there is no mainline Pokemon coming to a console. Okay, so people need to get that out of their heads because that's not the audience for Pokemon. Could there be a spinoff? Yeah,
that's what I keep calling.
There's
it's
always
going to be a spinoff.
There's always
there could be a spinoff, but like people actually think that like a game with the mainline mechanics of Pokemon is going to come to a console. Keep on dreaming. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either. I would love it if it happened, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No. And if it did happen, everyone would complain like, "Oh, why isn't this like a console Pokemon game?" Because it's not. It's not a Pokemon game made for consoles. It's a Pokemon portable game ported to a console.
If anything, I would hope for a stadium or a Coliseum for the Switch. Not.
I'd like a Pokken 2.
I was gonna say Pokken 2.
Now you're talking.
Or a Pokken port.
Keep it down, you.
Pokken 2. I would love that.
Or Pokken port, because there actually is characters that we're not getting, which I want Empoleon. So cool. But anyway, moving on.
Okay.
It feels
Anybody
better
else?
to let that out.
What about you, Kenoshi? Do you think we're going to get asymmetric gameplay?
Um, not with this console. I don't see how that's gonna work. Unless it has some beefy hardware that allows it to transfer two different images at once on the TV screen and on the tablet. But I just don't.
I
I don't
can
see that happening.
I can see your reasoning for saying that, and I can agree. But what gives me pause and thinking that it will still have asymmetric gameplay, because I mean, I definitely wanted to. I'll admit I'm biased. The reason why is because Nintendo even said early in the beginning of the Wii U's life cycle that the console could handle streaming gameplay to two separate gamepads, but there was no game at the time that would support it.
We still haven't
But it
seen
said
it.
it could handle it.
But the problem with that is, I guess it later came out that the people who were working on it had a lot of problems with it, so it just never was implemented.
No, it wasn't even that. It's just the fact of the matter is that the Wii U didn't sell well enough for it to make it worth anyone's while to do it. I mean,
Yeah, that too.
it's like the Vita. The Vita probably had a ton of features that were supposed to make it work in tandem with the PS3 and the PS4, but because the Vita has only sold 20 million units, and it was losing money with every sale, it wasn't worth Sony's interest to activate to do all that shit. So, I mean, this shit's about money.
I would have to agree.
People forget
Anybody else?
this shit's about cash.
Yeah, I'll go on record and say it's gonna have asymmetrical. It's gonna have it.
And the main reason I think he's going to have it, to me, Splatoon is a new IP blockbuster. The shit blew up. It is still blowing up. The game was built around the gamepad. To me, you cannot relegate that game back to just a standard controller. No gamepad functionality. Like, you can't do that. That's what makes the game so different. Having a gamepad functionality with the built-in gyros, to touch where you want to jump to. I've heard people give me, various reasons and debate with me. Well, they can put it on this. They can put the map in the middle of the screen or in the corner, and they just make it where you can just directionally hit
I'm
a
sorry,
button.
but are
with
these
one
guys
teammate.
out of their logical minds?
I don't want to have to hit up for teammate number one and right for teammate number two and left for teammate number three. I said I don't want that. Nor do I want to have to hit the X button to jump to, Squid Beacon number one. It's like, it used to be something you could do at any time, because these buttons have a use when you're on the field. Now, when you're off the field, I could kind of see if they had nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, they could do it that way. But when you're on the field, these buttons are being used. So then what?
I was going to say, there's a reason why those speed battles are so intense. I mean, you could barely do some of these things in under a few seconds. That's time that you could get turned into ink, or if anything else, you're burning up the last seconds of the battle. And at that same time, you might as well be using the touchscreen, fly right into the battlefield and launch some ink right while you're flying.
I do think that they'll have asymmetrical gameplay, but it's not going to be like maybe if they do a Splatoon port, day one. But I think other than that, it's going to be something that's going to come later on. It's not going to be something that's going to be day one, and I'm okay with that.
All right. Anybody else? We didn't hear from you, Sprite.
I don't at the moment, like in terms of like launch and maybe like the first 1 or 2 years, I don't think you'll have asymmetric games. I think it'll come in a much later time. Because I think it could. You mean
to tell me if they ported Mario Maker and you could not have that same creativity and you know, range of control, you be happy with that shit?
Let me finish. Thank you. I was gonna say like you know how on the 3DS they had like an attachment to get the right analog stick. I'm sorry, circle pad. I think it's gonna be like some sort of attachment or add-on would be added as well. Maybe put around the docking station, like the tablet controller. I can see that. I don't think it'll be a day one thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I just don't think it's going to be day one. Because, I mean, you have to remember, these are the same people, like, I don't want asymmetrical gameplay. Fuck that. So I mean, you know,
you think Nintendo's going to sneak it in on us at a later?
But wait a second. They didn't like asymmetrical gameplay, but they liked VR, which had some asymmetrical gameplay games. So.
Oh, shit.
So
No, they don't. No, they don't. Don't even go there. They do not. They do not have that.
Shut up, VR. That's just bullshit.
If you watch my video of what I just released today, I gave you the true numbers, and they tell you, people's full of shit.
Oh, nobody's buying VR. Nobody's really buying it.
No, okay.
I consider VR the ultimate gimmick of bullshit of any device in the universe so far.
I don't think the PS4 Pro nor PSVR are selling because, as I posted like sometime last week, there was an article where Sony says, yeah, we crossed 53 million PS3s and we won the holiday season. And they said they sold, I think, 6.7 million PS4s, but they did not break down whether it was a PS4, regular, slim, VR, or Pro.
No, they just said PlayStation.
They didn't give any hard. They didn't give. They just said it, and right, Refash, you're right. How they said it is this is based on internal estimates. So they didn't give you concrete information.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Who said that would happen back in summer? I don't know. I told you that's what they're gonna do. I told you that's what they're gonna do.
Let me put it this way. Liger said it. I said it. We all said it. And people are like, "Oh man, the PlayStation 4, it's killing it." Is it? Is it really?
But here's
my thing. I gotta say you sold 6.2 million. You can't tell me you sold 6.2 million. Therefore, you beat out the holiday season over Microsoft when you say your information is based on internal estimates. You have nothing concrete. MPD.
I'm gonna say the PlayStation's killing it. They're slowly shoving that sword in their belly. Yeah, they're killing it. All right.
I was gonna say this. I bet you most of those are the fact that they have to reimburse somebody that got their PS4 screwed over, likely because of the money. Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'll say. They combine the sales of PSVR and PS
Pro and 4 Pro.
They combine the sales. Like, here's the thing, okay? And I hate to break you Xbox fans' hearts. Microsoft is never going to catch up to the PlayStation. It's not going to happen, okay? So don't even twist your mouth up to say some shit like that, okay? But as far as that's concerned, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many units you sell. It's how much money you make off of the units you sell.
And I bet you neither of those two have any green in their pockets.
Yeah, both Microsoft and Sony are losing money. It just depends on how much, and you know, like
I would say I know they lost money with me because I got my PS4 bundle with 2 free games, Uncharted Slim, for $212. So I know, like hell, you didn't make any money off me. You really didn't, because your flagship IP came with your console, and then on top of that, as well as Last of Us Remastered, I got those free from the store promotion. So they made like zero money off me. It's like they're just giving shit away. To me, you sold the PS4 Slim, your new Slim model. You sold that for $250. You sold that under the Wii U price point. if you're the most powerful console and you already have won the sales race, why are you still slashing the price of your system? You're desperate. Because I'm telling you right now, if I'm winning the race, no matter what kind of race it is, if I'm winning, I'm not gonna all of a sudden, sabotage myself, take a hit, just to continue to appease people.
It's like
That is
somebody.
really,
It's
really
like somebody. It's like somebody taking a snooze right near the finish line when they got a mile lead.
It's like, no, they're desperate, man. Like Uncharted, first of all, I mean, it's second party. It's not first, it's second party. But you gave that game away in a bundle. Now you can say, well, Nintendo did it with Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii, and Mario Kart on 8 has a 50+% attach rate.
Yeah, but
that's the difference.
They had made the
Uncharted only sold 3.5 million units, and
Yeah,
that
but
is saying Uncharted has now sold, over 8 million units. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
but
because of a fucking bundle, though.
That's also the bundles.
Well, I don't know. Should we take it away from games that have bundles?
No, it's not really a
That's
takeaway,
like-
but here's the thing. They're using that to brag, saying the game is more successful than it was. It was, in my opinion, that 3.5 million, they hadn't made their money back. They haven't. They haven't. And then they gave it away in a bundle, and you sold that bundle below your manufacturer retail price of 300. You gave that bundle away for Christmas, basically.
That means you lost
for
money.
$200 less.
I was going to say, if I think about this, and pardon me if I'm wrong, their price was near 300, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $300, and then they sold it for $250.
That means they just lost a game for free. They just sold a game for free.
And then at least Nintendo is smart enough to be like, okay, yeah, we got a Mario Kart 8 bundle. The game is digital though, so that's all our money. They're not paying to have it. They're not paying to have a box made with box art and stuff like that for the game itself. That's pure profit for Nintendo. You gave this game away physically. So to me, I'm not taking away from the sales because it's a bundle. I'm simply saying them giving that game away like that, and this is your most popular IP on your platform, bar none. It has been since the PS3. Come on, you're desperate. They had no reason to do that during the holidays because, like, okay, what Xbox has 30, 35 million, you have over 50. Come on, you're way ahead. This is your third year. You got a new console out, the PS4 Pro, whether it's doing well or not. That's sad. But yet Nintendo, Mario Kart 8 still costs $60 right now. Splatoon is still $60. The best sales Splatoon has ever been on to this day has been, I think, $35 this past holiday. Before that, 2 years ago, they included it with a Wii U bundle that had both Smash Brothers 4 and Splatoon. Included for $250. That's the cheapest I've ever seen that game. So I mean,
considering that,
I apologize for going off topic, but to me, I just noticed like that was sad when I saw the article and I said based on internal estimates. So you bastards are guessing. To make yourselves look good, but it's not confirmed, nor is it been officially confirmed by anything. It's just this is what we think we sold. That's what they're saying.
And they combine hardware sales, which, I mean, listen, everyone does it, but like when you're carrying as much debt as Sony, doing that does not engender confidence.
Nah,
in me.
that just shows the people that have stock in them the exit sign.
I'm not exactly well. These dudes are doing so well. That's why they're hiding numbers or not being clear in how much they won or lost.
This is what PlayStation is doing is what Blizzard is doing with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's been going down the drain for
World
years
of Warcraft we know World of Warcraft for years was very profitable. Like, no doubt about it. You don't even have to really, be like, well, we don't know. No, we know they made lots of money with WoW for many years. As is their right. I mean, it's their property. They can do whatever the hell they want to with it.
Yeah.
No, they
But
can't. It's free
if anything,
advertising.
since they've put down a certain number, they haven't been releasing how many people are on their game, and well, that's we all know
I
how
wouldn't know.
much money they're really working with.
It's their property, so they can they can be a little judicious or not judicious, whatever about it. On the other hand,
go ahead.
I mean, on the other hand, as we were talking about the Switch, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, Doc. I'm gonna give you my. Like I said, look at some stuff, so I'll just give it right now. I could say so that the detachables gonna have their own batteries inside of them. The Joy-Cons. I'm saying they're gonna be about 30 to 40 hours.
Right.
I do believe they're gonna, like I said, I do, like I said, it's just me just going off of seeing something else and just guessing. They're gonna have touchscreen. I could see the gyros could work inside of it, and like I said, I don't know, and I don't think, like I said, we'll see all that come 12, but I think they're gonna have gyros in it. They're gonna have touchscreen. It's gonna have asymmetrical, and I give it between 5 to 7 hours as at the most for the battery life. Like really looking at that stuff now, yeah, I'll give 5 to 7 hours.
Okay. That's very decent.
But does anyone else want to go before we go to the last topic here on asymmetric gameplay? All right. Well, this is going to sound simple. Go ahead, Kanoshi.
Asymmetric gameplay is stupid. What? Well, now let me go play my VR headset.
Shut the hell up, man. I asked for things on asymmetric gameplay, not trolling.
I at least said Wi-Fi, and it's probably not going to happen.
All right. Well, then the next topic is going to be similar to one we did previously, but I want you guys to name a game that you think we will see during this event. Not that's coming out, but you think that we will see in action.
More,
Breath of the Wild. What else you think we're going to see?
New Mario game?
New Mario game.
More Mario.
Of course.
So new Mario game. Anything else?
Whatever Retro's working on. Maybe.
No,
I can go with that.
Wasn't there a rumor saying?
I can go with that.
It's not going to be there, but who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll have a surprise announcement.
Like I said, it's Nintendo. It's a 2-day event, so we don't even know.
I hope it's a new Donkey Kong game just to piss off all the Metroid bastards.
Oh,
I think we will see a Splatoon game there.
I hope it's a new IP.
Yeah,
I think we'll see Splatoon there. I think they really do want to show off this system because that's so. I mean, that's the one IP right now that the hype hasn't really died down, and they want to. And this would be the best way to do it. It really would. Yes, Splatoon there, you can really show off the console to console LAN play like you get with the 3DS.
I'm surprised I'm the only one that hasn't spoke of which kind of game that might come up on there yet. And I'm surprised nobody even thought about this because it's probably one of the easier ways to do it.
What?
Kirby.
I mean, they could do a Kirby game.
I think we'll see Port City the game.
Hey, you are a troll of sorts, my friend. And there's a wonder why I say a troll of sorts.
Now,
we
I know we got information about this during the last Nintendo Direct, but do you think we'll actually see a new Pikmin game? Not the one for the 3DS, but a new one.
Yeah.
Like the actual Pikmin 4.
Possibly.
Probably before the end of the year, but
I think Nintendo's
not near the launch.
I think Nintendo's gonna go all out on their first party stuff because they just don't. I'm sure by now, hopefully, they've learned not to trust third party.
Yeah.
We're gonna focus on a lot of first party stuff, second party stuff.
Just do not trust third parties. They're not worth a damn. That's the lesson.
But here's the issue I do have with some of the YouTubers out there. I hear people keep saying, man, you know, they just come out and drop their Mario, their Zelda, their Metroid, their this, like all their IPs, and they say, hey, give it the greatest launch ever. I said, then what's left for the next 4 or 5 years? If you put all your eggs in one basket, yeah, it's going to be one hell of a year. It means people have nothing to look forward to for the rest of the generation. Not much. Why? Because a lot of these games we get near the middle of the end of the generation to keep our interest alive. People have been waiting for the next Zelda game. People were waiting for the next Mario Kart. They were waiting, in a sense, for Pikmin. They're waiting. Like, if you put all your big titles in the first year, I won't lie, that would be a hell of a year for gamers, especially for us. It would be a hell of a year. But I'll be worried about the next 3 or 4 because it's like, okay, you only give us one Mario, a new Mario. You only give us one Zelda, one new one. So what else gonna do then?
At that point,
it means I'll be dependent on new IPs. Like, in which I'm not mad at that. I would love new IPs, but at the end of the day, those key franchises we expect one per console. And to get them all in the first year, that would be like, man, like, okay, so what do I have to look forward to over the next 4 to 5 years?
You know, I don't think a lot of that stuff's gonna come out in the first year. I think.
I think they'll mention it. But
they'll mention a lot of this stuff and allude to it, so we might get some teaser trailers, maybe not full trailers of games, but some teaser stuff. But yeah.
Now, how would you guys feel if we saw Yooka-Laylee?
I'd be surprised, but I don't think that'd be their presentation. That would probably be either in the days following or at the Treehouse.
No,
I asked that question because to me that cancellation came out of nowhere. For the Wii version, it came out of nowhere.
Or it'd be on an indie reel.
Yeah, the thing about the ukulele thing is that, you know, my problem is not that it was ported to the Switch. My problem is that they were insulting our intelligence. That was my problem with the whole ukulele thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make me believe that all this time it's been okay. It's been great. The Wii U is your go-to console, preferred console or platform, and then now we can't get it. Then what the hell have you been talking about?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you guys that it was an insult to our intelligence, and it's like, come on. If you're porting it, just say you're porting it, but don't fucking lie to us. Don't.
Exactly.
Look, if someone told me, you know what, we want to put the game in the Wii U, but with the lackluster sales, we don't think we get our money back, I'll say, okay.
That makes sense.
Business. That makes sense. I cannot hate that.
Exactly.
For yourself, because I'm telling you right now, if I had a business, I'm not going to bring my business to a place I don't think I'm going to make money on. That just makes sense. But to tell us, oh, well, yeah, but the Batmobile just couldn't work in the game. Mario Kart, which has 8 vehicles on screen at the same time, you can't get one to work? That game's at 60, no, I'm sorry, 59 and a half frames per second. compared to your unlocked 30. I'm sorry. You can't tell me you can't get it to work. But as I said, I'll leave that alone. That's another topic for another day or perhaps never. I really, really do hope the ukulele. It may be it may not be something major most people want to see, but I like to see that game on the 12th. I hope it's there. I don't believe Splatoon is going to be a launch title, but I do believe it's going to launch next summer, next May. Because right now, 2 years would be a little too soon. But hey, they want to maintain the hype. They'll launch it this May. Maybe it's ready. We don't know.
One can only hope.
Don't know.
I think we'll see Animal Crossing of some kind. At least I hope so. Or mention of it.
I'm hoping for Kirby, as I said, because if anything, that kind of franchise is able to demonstrate what can be the best of the system.
As long as it allows you to look at your TV.
Okay, now you're
Anyone
bringing in
else?
a ham.
Well, he's
Anyone else
right.
on what
That's
game
what
will
people are
actually
talking
show at
about.
the event? Well, I have another topic that I did not list. There will be any components
What do
that
you
will be
mean?
shown. In other words, things you can attach to the base or to the tablet itself that gives it other functionality.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm just
yeah,
gonna put them
that's
out there.
Nintendo.
Maybe
Yeah.
something that lets you. I don't know. This is far fetched. I know. I'm just gonna say it just as an example. Maybe something that allows you to run your Wii U games on it. I don't know, but other components that give it other functionality that
Yeah.
we just hadn't thought
Yes.
about yet.
Even it's just
Answer
as
is
simple
yes.
as like a Joy-Con that has a traditional D-pad, something as simple as that maybe, or just different colors for the middle thing of the Joy-Cons. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we
It's
know
like
they're gonna have stuff like that.
they're gonna have stuff like that.
Hard call for me because I actually,
And if not them, third-party peripheral makers will.
yeah,
Nah,
but I
Nintendo
was
would
gonna
have
say
something. Nintendo would have something. They always do.
I'm a little iffy
I
about that because I honestly was hoping for something like a 3DS or DS port to enter into the Wii U to play our 3DS games at times if wanted, and we didn't have that happen. So that's
No,
why
with
I'm a
that,
little iffy
I
about
wasn't
it.
saying that. I was never gonna say have that as a peripheral. I'm working with the one with. I could see the one with the Wii U, but again, nobody's seen the back, so we don't know if it's a game this for that or not. I always say that because it's one of those things where we ain't got nothing to go on. We basically put in strings, put air,
I
nothing out of
know,
air.
but if anything, that was one of the things I was hoping for during the entire Wii U, and not seeing it happen and seeing the Switch coming, I'm a little iffy of what kind of add-ons we're going to see for the Switch.
Do you guys think the Switch is going to have an Ethernet port,
What?
No,
or do you have to use or do we have to still use the LAN adapter?
LAN adapter, because if it's like this is an
Wait,
argument I heard
hold up. Say that again. You broke
the
up on it.
Ethernet
Go
port.
ahead.
Yes or no?
Ethernet port? No. LAN adapter?
Yeah, no.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
playing on your USB. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I heard this on another podcast, I can't remember which one. I've listened to a lot in the past week about this stuff, but they were like, if it's like a portable, or maybe it was on this one, I can't remember. But if it's like a portable device, it's also on console. Like you don't want to go in settings like, yes, this is hooked onto a hardwire, and then when you take it out, you have to go into settings and say, oh wait, no, I have to go to Wi-Fi. Oh, let me hook it up to my Wi-Fi. Oh, it's connected to the Wi-Fi. Now I can take it with me. Like it's going to prioritize a Wi-Fi setting, unless you want if you want a hardwire. If you're going to like say, I'm just going to use this as a home console mainly, then you have the option to buy an Ethernet adapter.
Well, it is kind of interesting, and I say that because if you did give an Ethernet port and you took let's say it hooks to the base, it plugs into the base, and you take the tablet out, and let's say you completely leave your home, you go to work or whatever, well, if you had it hardwired in your home, would it be a quick and easy transition to wireless? I'm assuming Nintendo is going to give give the tablet itself some type of Wi-Fi card. It's going to have a Wi-Fi card in it.
Yes,
it's
it
going to
will.
have to.
Yes, it will.
And so I was just thinking to myself, well, it may have to transition somewhat from going from hardwire to Wi-Fi, but if they can make that somewhat seamless, but they may also have something where it's like if you're playing an online game and you're playing it and you're hardwired, then if you go wireless and walk out of range, whatever the case may be, or once you detach it from the base, it would easy transition to wireless, or it may be running both simultaneously, so there's no hiccup in your playing. But I will hope you're not playing online and then you take your shot off the base and go somewhere, because that turns into Pokemon Go and a lot of accidents happen. Just saying. I mean, if you're playing Splatoon on the go while walking down the street, you're gonna get hit by a bus. I'm calling it now. You will get hit by a bus.
Hey, I ain't got no problem with that. You're not stupid to do that. You're not stupid to go.
I was about to say,
It's not a waste of work, son.
But since Nintendo,
no problem.
But see, since Nintendo's so keen on safety, they really do pride themselves on safety, especially with
Well, I
children.
got what you're saying. We all got what you're saying, but still, if you be an
No,
idiot,
what they said,
There's
well, what they're saying, I'm
you be
thinking that they may not even give it Wi-Fi in the tablet. They may take that away from it. Maybe
nah,
to
they will get
connect,
Wi-Fi.
No,
They'll get
No.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
because I can't
The
There-
3DS,
see them allow
there's
you
gonna be
3DS
there's
has
gonna be a
Wi-Fi. Has
bitch.
Wi-Fi.
Why wouldn't they? Why? It's in the DS.
Yeah, it's in
There's
the
gonna
DS
be a
and the
bitch.
3DS.
It's
There's
in the
gonna be a
3DS.
bitch
Yeah.
fit. They're gonna have a big the freaking community is gonna have a bitch fit if there's no Wi-Fi on the tablet.
Well, no, but I'm just saying
guarantee
it's in the 3DS. So yeah, I don't see it not having it.
Yeah, it's in the 3DS.
Because basically you could walk with your 3DS into the street too and get knocked over by a car.
Mm-hmm.
say,
I think that they're very
there's
true.
a reason why that Nintendo can only do so much before there's really stupidity on the part of the user.
Yeah. Well,
Well, let me ask you guys this.
Anyway,
Do you think,
yeah. You,
Well, do you think it's going to have the same feature as the 3DS, in which if one person has the cartridge, 4 other people can play along with them just on that one cartridge?
One could hope because
I can hope. Yeah,
that's-
I can't be 100% on that one. I could say 50. I'll give 50%.
I would
it'll
say
be
one
cool
could
to do
hope
that.
because if anything, there's certain games that actually would benefit from this, like the Mario Party series and the Kirby series.
Not really. I would go more of sports and Smash and stuff like that more than I would say Kirby. But yeah,
I hope that is the case, because that is a cool feature on 3DS. I haven't used it that often, I will admit that, but I have used it with my wife and a few other people. And it is a cool feature that if you want to show someone to play a game with them, they don't have to necessarily have it. Just be in the same room with you, and you guys can play it. And it's actually pretty damn seamless. It really is.
And that's the funny thing. The only games that I have that actually pulled us off are the Mario Party series and the Kirby series, as far as I said.
Mario Kart 7.
No, not with Mario
Yes, you
Kart 7,
can.
as far as I know.
You can play with one cartridge.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do that.
I'm sorry, I don't believe that because if anything, I
No, I have. Because my sister, me and her played it. When the only thing is you can only choose a shy guy.
Yeah, you can only be a shy guy. The person who doesn't have a cart.
You can't play with who you want to play, but you can play.
You just gotta be a shy guy.
So it's somewhat limited, but you still get access to the full game, more or less.
Just you can't pick the characters. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that,
if
and
they
then
can
you
pull
have
that off.
Box Boy has the same feature too. The original Box Boy, you as long as you download it to the other person's 3DS, they get the whole first level, which not level, I mean, like I said, world. Because again, that's the same thing I did with my sister. She downloaded and played maybe about 20 minutes of the game, which is about 4 or 5 levels.
That's the thing. I got my nephews to play with at times. Bless their souls that they actually know what they're doing. And I can confess that the 2 games that I have tried to play with them on the 3DS that have local play, as far as letting everybody play on one cartridge, would be the Mario Party series and the Kirby series, as far as I remembered.
No, I got you. We got you. We just gave you more.
I just never experienced that with them on Mario Kart. Because if anything, I never felt it happen at all. And I don't know about Box Boy because I don't got it.
No, we got what you're saying. We just added on to what you're saying, Jewel. That's all.
Oh, thank you.
No, we're not saying that's not. We're just saying that there's other games that have the same functionality as much as those games.
Yeah, though the thing is that I'm feeling like it's still going to happen with the Switch if it's going to be like a portable console of sorts.
Well, I give it 50-50. We know it basically they're showing off in the reveal trailer before they showed off that you could use your Switch to play a multiplayer game with just the tablets itself with the Joy-Cons. So it shows that we don't know if they're gonna do it. We don't know, but we'll see. All we could do right now is the both
cartridges.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just go ahead right now because I'm going back to my ready stay of all we could do is wait until Thursday, find out what the hell's going on.
Well, it's going to be really Friday for me because I'm on the East Coast. That means that it's going to come up right on the stroke of midnight.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not staying up to watch that. Hell, I might. Knowing Nintendo with the press releases, they might give me the thing before that happens anyway. So hell.
Well, regardless, man, I'm looking forward to the happiness some of us are going to have and the tears of others, all mixed together to create joy. We win, they lose, and I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I really am.
The media is going to be crying tears of sadness.
It's going to be great, man. Yeah, versatility wins over power. I'm looking forward to it.
That's
But I got 1080p. It's like, okay, I got 720p on the go. You were saying I can play my. Do you know it's always been a dream of mine to be able to play a console game at work and not get fired for it because it's obvious.
You know, the funny thing about that insult is that they're gonna have to confess that they never go outside.
Man.
Well, no, I mean, basically, it would be cool. Basically, it would be cool. It's just like I said. If you want to take a lunch break, go to your car, sit in your car, turn the car on, and plug it. And basically, if you have a converter, plug it up, and you can have the freaking game playing. That's what people. That's why I've done. That's why I've seen people do.
All right. So, how many of y'all gonna get one or reserve one the moment it becomes available? I know some.
It's coming after my birthday, so if anything, I gotta think about if I want to grab it for that time or not.
I'm gonna wait and see, guy.
I've already said what I was going to do in the last podcast, but I'll repeat it. I'm going to get 2 for myself, and I'm going to get 2 more to sell to either to these fanboys. And I don't mean Nintendo fanboys. I mean the ones that shit on Nintendo, but they want to switch. It's like, yeah, they're sold out. I got one for twice the price.
You're going to make some green off that.
Yeah, I'm going to actually try to get 4 of them. I really am.
Good luck.
I'm getting 2 for sure.
Good luck.
The fuck, man.
Well, you got a wife, so yeah.
Well, I got a wife, man. I'm pretty sure I want to play games with her.
The Switch is personable. That's what people don't. People say, "Oh, it's not gonna sell." It'll sell in the initial month because it's too personable to be. If it's one person there, you have a family stuff. If it's gonna be a home console, yeah. But if you're gonna be the one to be fighting, no mom want to hear their kids arguing in the background. Or dad?
Because that was the issue with the Wii is that, the Wii U, was that although it had some great family games on it, people fought over who used the gamepad. Because typically that was the best perspective to have with almost any game on Nintendo Land is that you were the gamepad. It's like on Luigi's Ghost Match on the game Nintendo Land, you were the ghost. And that was one of the funnest things to be in that game was that you were the one that was actually the ghost. So with this, a way to give everyone a gamepad, something the Wii U could not achieve.
Probably
Everyone
because
gets a
people
gamepad.
kept on picking on it and downsizing it and not supporting it.
True.
I mean, the Switch has a lot of potential. I'm with Sprite. I don't. The asymmetrical is going to be there, but I'm with Sprite to a default that we're going to wait about a year or so before the potential. So the potential comes into full fluidity, but other than that, like I said, it's just
I can agree with
winning
that
game.
And I also agree with you. One of you guys said earlier that what's going to happen is when it comes to the asymmetric gameplay, it's going to be there, but they may not actually show it or take advantage of it truly until like a year in because they want to just kind of sneak it in because they don't want people to start shitting on the console already because it's just like the Wii U.
If you're stupid enough to not know, it's exactly like a Wii U.
Yeah, it really is. But people are stupid enough not to know it because they're hype about it.
Oh, trust me.
I was about to say people already tried to screw Nintendo over before they even launched. They did it once, they'll do it again.
I mean, that's what I've been saying. Like people who shit on the Wii U but are excited about the Switch, and I'm like, the whole time they're doing that, I'm like, you dumb motherfucker! Don't you realize that the Switch is basically the next gen of the Wii U? They pulled a okey doke on you, on your dumb ass. You know?
Very true. All right, well, Liger, did you want to discuss your recent LBC before we get out of here?
Really? You want me to? Okay.
Hey, look, dude.
I
told
got
you.
plenty for that one.
That the
I'll tell you
OGL
this.
is also home. The OGL also supports busting and the loss of brain cells. So have at it.
Well, the loss of LBC. I ended 2016 with an LBC. As if people have been on my channel, that was a podcast. This one's a straight up video now, but it didn't take too long before people start saying stupid stuff again. And I mean, as Doc and everybody have say, the 12 is around the corner. Can we stop? Why speculate on something that you're gonna know in the next couple of days? That's not gonna change your life dramatically anyway. But
I did an M2C about this. Can people at least wait?
As Sprite said, patience is not a virtue no more. It's gone. So in this LBC, I basically took clip from a specific website that is just enhanceable, as usual. And the thing about it was that'll be nice. Again, check it out. You'll enjoy it. The ending is priceless. I want to give it an ending. I think so far I see somebody said right now, look at the comment. The ending was pure gold. So check out this is the whole thing, but the ending is good. I made sure to if you lost a lot of brain cells, but I'll make sure to okay, get a little relief. I get a little relief, oh, okay, thank you, Liger, thank you. Whew. That's exactly what wanted to happen. But it's basically IGN podcast PlayStation team talking about Nintendo, which is kind of weird in that regard. And
they got a list of questions like, what does the PlayStation podcast think of the Nintendo Switch? Was basically what it was, and that's what started it. Yeah, that's what started it. And you could go and I took clips from it, and I'll basically break out the facts and tell you whatever too. Also, I took a little clip from our dear friend Richard Review that answers the question that these morons asked in their video, and it talked about the whole PlayStation VR thing and how the hypocritical is all this is a clusterfuck, literally. So it's about 20 minutes long. I apologize to anybody at the beginning. That's your brain. Your brain's gonna seize up a couple of times. I apologize. That's why I gave you a little treat at the end. So,
Game of the Year. Oh God, sorry. I please hope that it's not gonna be something that I know it's gonna be stupid.
It's named LBC. Where you supposed to think it's supposed to be? That's why I basically found that clip. I found that picture and edited a little bit. Because it's not a game of the year thing. It's just because that just shows you IGN. Innovative plus, tactical plus, pre-order plus, level designs too much, but it's 9.9 is okay and it's game of the year. Yeah, that's IGN for you.
I saw that and I thought it was real for a second, and then I saw it's an Indio. It's an Indio thumbnail. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, technically it is real in one way or another. Yeah.
Oh, it's real. No. I mean, I mess with it, yes, but it reflects on IGN. Really, it does.
Should we just all agree that IGN in general and most of the mainstream gaming outlets are full of shit? I mean, don't forget last year the fighting game of the year was Street Fighter V. Major issues. Okay. And here's the thing. Okay, it'd be one thing if 2016 nothing came out fighting game wise except for Street Fighter V. No, there was quite a few games that came out that were more complete, had more value, had more content.
Didn't have more content than Street Fighter V.
Didn't have the same issues. Just from if you take a step back, because here's the thing, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, but even if you are a fan of a franchise, if you take a step back and look at the other competitors, you feel like there's something wrong with this. And yet, because Street Fighter V is popular and well known, Street Fighter is a popular IP and well known, they gave it a pass because it's Street Fighter. And I mean, they
gave one of the pass, even when they blatantly lied to you. I'm gonna spoil one of the jokes inside of one of the LBCs inside the video. When one of the guys, Brian Altano, I hate that dude though, said Nintendo. Nintendo, there's always Nintendo gives you news, and then there's rumors and everything. Rumors And then next thing you know, they're gonna find out there's holes in the rumors because Nintendo can't hold up to that. I'm like, wait. Nintendo didn't release the rumors. Y'all came up with y'all rumors to make the freaking rumor, and if you don't fall to that, you gonna fault the company for that bullshit?
Yeah,
what kind of thinking is that?
Well, you know, the Switch is gonna be with the Wii U, and like that's a rumor, and then it turns out not to be true. Oh man, they lied. Wait a second, who made that up?
Exactly. People are giving rumors like it came from Nintendo's mouth, and that's what killed me. But here's the funny part, like you just said, Red Fox. He said that, and he said other thing in there too. That makes me think. Okay, yeah, you said they're holes and they're lying to us. But Street Fighter V told you that they're not going to make you pay for any DLC. But
what's their means of earning money?
Kind of not selling.
And they also said that we will not put critical characters behind paywalls. And the first thing they did once they realized
behind the paywall,
they did is, oh shit, we need behind a paywall. I mean, you know, and I'm tired of people who are defending that piece of shit. Well, it's like Splatoon. Please.
No, it's not Splatoon. The moment that you have to pay, that's the moment when Splatoon is off the table.
Yep.
If I could physically reach through the internet and slap these people when they say that.
Well, here's the thing. If everybody goes back to the history of 2016 and 15, every game that every other person tried to say is like Splatoon, all of them had a season pass and bought DLC. Every single one. Star Wars is just like Splatoon. Season pass.
Nope.
No.
Street Fighter 5, just like Splatoon.
Heck no.
No. Street Fighter's a fighting game. Splatoon's a shooting game. They're completely different.
I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's the.
And you know what? And 42 because they were like,
these people.
Overwatch is like Splatoon. No, you got DLC on that too. You got to pay for. It might not be big, but you pay for something.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that whether people want to agree or disagree, Splatoon Day 1 was a full and complete game. Now, here's the thing, okay? I know people are going to say, like, what do you mean it was full and complete? It had a single player. It had a multiplayer. It had 32 single-player levels. It had a multiplayer that was both online and offline. The offline may not have been as in depth as the online multiplayer, but it was there. It had
games.
And here's the thing.
They didn't charge you for online. They didn't charge you for the features that were there day one. And everything
they didn't charge you for a year and a half of DLC that came every 2 weeks.
And every little bit, and all the different modes and little specialties that were added for free. And here's the thing: those added additional content. The game was complete when it launched. This was extra shit for free, for nothing. Here you go, free of charge, gratis.
No game that I can recall. Again, if anybody's listening, well, just like I said with the whole 9 games for thing, whatever. Please prove me wrong. I will. I have a thing on my channel I call refresh. If I've been proven wrong, I will apologize and make sure that the facts are straight. But I've never seen no game that provided a year and a half of DLC for every 2 weeks.
For complimentary, for free, for zero.
Not even if it's free. If you got to pay for it, still at that rate. No.
They didn't even, I mean, literally, they weren't even like, well, you got to do this. They were like, look, here's the game. Here's the base game. That's like someone selling you a car with just the basic bell with the vehicle. And then for a year and a half after you bought the car, they just give you upgrades for free, for nothing. Just like, hey, man, here's Sirius XM. Complimentary. Just take it.
Here's a remote starter. Here's a remote starter. Here's heated seats. Here's a sunroof. Shoot, I'll take it. Hell, I'll do it, whatever it is. I'll look at lights, all that stuff. You're right, no.
And that's what they did. And then to compare that to someone basically selling you a car and like, oh, well, you're going to have to tow it to your house because it ain't got no engine.
Yep, Exactly. And last but not least, as Doc get it, I was putting it here again one more time. Brian Tyler did say something that had me laughing. He said, like, you know what? No. If I say it here, this podcast will go way longer. No, go watch the video. Leave your comments in the comment section, because if I say this one part right here, I know for sure Red Fox, Doc, everybody here could go for the next 30 minutes on what this dude said if I said this one thing.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's the first thing he said about Nintendo and their consoles, right?
No.
Oh no. Okay, that one's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, but no.
He compares it to he compares it to Sonic. Oh God.
I know that, but that's not
That was a bad one.
That's not that.
Let's save it for the aftercast.
But no, the only thing I could think that comes close to Splatoon in terms of content-wise would probably be Witcher, because they did also put out free stuff that like wasn't like you have to pay. The only thing was
the closest, but then you have
that's the closest. But they did have a season pass because they had 2 expansions.
Well, that's what I just said.
Yeah. But no, they did like.
The first time, yes. I agree with you the first time, but again, so as you say, as soon as the season pass, it's over.
Yeah, they had a season pass and like 2 expansions, but they did offer free content.
No, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, stuff that would in other games be what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, DLC, like stuff like that.
Yep.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. DLC has become a dirty word. It shouldn't be, because DLC is the derivative of expansions, and expansions were awesome back in the day. It's like, okay, you have a full and complete game,
and they give you a game that's a good layer of the game. That's like when I played Diablo and they had Hellgate. That was a whole game, really. You just needed, it was a whole thing. All you needed to do was just add it on. It was expansion. That was cool.
Yeah, they give you another 30 to 40% of game to play. They give you more stuff to enjoy. That's friggin' awesome. But DLC now is just a way for them to nickel and dime you for shit that should have been in the game or really should have been part of the main core game.
I was going to say, there's something worse than DLC. Though, if anything, you probably would scream if I said it.
And what's that?
Incomplete games day one.
Microtransactions. If I may need for speed, you got to pay for gas.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I can't even. To me, I don't even know how the game sold even one copy. If you tell me before launch that you have to use real world money to buy digital fuel, at that point, I will go to a Home Depot or Lowe's, I will buy a fresh, and I do mean fresh, brick, and I will shove it up your ass.
No, nothing, just straight up, huh?
Here's something for the thing that I was gonna say for a better example: insurance.
Oh yeah, Konami did that.
Konami.
I'm sorry, but you're not going to tell me you need my real world money to pay for digital fuel, and that car can't get me to work? No. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but I'm just not that stupid.
Well, you don't have lots of brain cells. That's what it is.
If you purchase that game, I don't even care if you didn't buy any gas. I don't care if you didn't buy any DLC. If you purchase that game knowing what they were going for, hat. You are.
Yeah, and
plain and simple.
For everyone else.
Plain and simple.
That's
you are supporting the exact same thing we should not be supporting at all.
Yeah. If you support bullshit, like the people who went and bought Street Fighter V day one, okay, whether it's on PC or console, I don't care. If you bought that game day one, knowing the bullshit Capcom and Sony were pulling on the consumers, you have contributed to the problem. Thank you. Also, that you can have your Hadoukens and hurricane kicks and sonic booms.
I gotta say my boy, basically one of the guys that posted up on that same video. At the end of he basically breaks it down. So he's like, it's kind of like me. He's like, this is stupid, idiotic, blah blah blah. But he's like, Enduo, I'm glad that you came out soon with this video to the point that loss of brain cells because I got a good laugh out of this one. It's just
And you know, I remember, I think it was on a podcast. I think it was you and Duo, a few other people, of course, and Grimpachi. Shout out to him.
Mhm.
And I remember Grimpachi said that he knew someone or came across someone on the web in regards to Street Fighter Five. And the guy said, and they just want reasons not to buy it because it's a scam. And the guy told him, "So what? You want me just to not buy it?" Well, fuck yeah! Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, you cannot buy
What do
it.
you mean
Nobody's
that?
forcing you to buy it.
Am I asking you not to buy it? I don't care how much I love something. If I think if I know objectively it is a scam, I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it. And so to have that response of, to you, what you expect? You just telling me I just shouldn't buy it? Well, I'm not trying to tell you what you do with your money, but I am simply telling you that you're being buck fucked 4 ways from Sunday.
Yep.
And you should at least consider the fact that, and consider not buying, at least consider it because you are being jerked around.
Yep.
So you are a Street Fighter fan. Okay, let's look at this objectively. Street Fighter 4. There's about 3 or 4 versions of that game,
Four.
but all those versions came with arcade mode, online and offline.
Online, local,
And that's before
Exactly.
anything extra.
online multiplayer.
Yeah.
Eventually, they released an Ultra Street Fighter 4 game, that a version that had all the characters and everything on disc for like half price. So
Yep.
even with that said, can you at least delay gratification, wait for the Game of the Year edition, and get all the shit they may or may not have promised you but didn't keep it for free?
I'll say right now, you will be an idiot to buy Infinite Wars, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite War at the beginning.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You'll be an
I
idiot.
definitely won't be getting that game. Not even if it's half price, I won't get that game.
I would say the best time to get a Capcom fighting game, really, and this is
A year
someone that's
later.
lifelong
My
Capcom.
books.
The second
Never.
holiday season after release.
Well,
The second
that's
holiday.
No, see, that's now. Back in the day, you have to wait until almost the duration, because that's basically once Capcom has milked it down to where the teat is completely dry. Then you get the ultimate, like okay, Street Fighter 2, the best version of Street Fighter 2 for quote unquote modern consoles is Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition on the PlayStation 2, because it has everything. The closest you can get cartridge wise is Street Fighter 2, the new Challenger. That's it. That's like the best version of that game because it has everything. Other than that, it just but that came out towards the end of the life cycle of the 4th gen home consoles. So it was like, if you got any of those other previous iterations, you were getting like the works in progress, if you will, of that game. So, I mean, is Capcom going to have to suffer and not get those early sales? Well, they should have thought about that before making shitty products.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm hoping people wise up, and as I said, the articles I've seen thus far, especially with the one from Forbes saying the Nintendo Switch is not going to be, it's going to be pushing functionality over graphics, and that's a good thing. It's like, wow, it's something we've been saying for, I don't know, 5 or
Ages.
6 gens.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah, that's
the most
But-
powerful consoles never won. This is the exception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
but the PS4 is not the most powerful console.
True.
Or-
Technically, it's not. Technically, because to me, even though it calls itself that, the way it's built, its architecture, it's a bargain bin PC.
Yep.
And I say that because I own one, and I talked this shit before I owned one, and I'm talking this shit now. It's a bargain bin PC. So, overclock bargain bin PC. Same shit. It really is.
How dare you, sir? How dare
All right.
Hey,
I would say
man.
right now, you better go ahead and end it off, Doc, because you get into my territory. Here's the thing, though. I ain't hear you say anything about questions, but you get a little long in the tooth now.
Yeah, you're right, man. Are there any questions? I don't have the thing open.
No,
Nah.
not really.
Let's just pimp things out and then call it a day.
Yeah, go right ahead. And You can go first, Mr. Red Fox.
Okay. Got some new content coming this week. Look forward to that. Next week,
And I'll be sure to watch your last BS Busters. I hate I missed it. Like I said, I was coordinating the wedding.
had
So
stuff to do, man. I understand that. I'll be doing a BS Busters. Obviously, we'll be talking about the reveal for the Nintendo Switch. Whatever it's gonna do.
Nintendo Switchblade.
We'll probably be fangasming about that. I also in February will be going to an event for people to do a hands-on with the Switch. So they're encouraging us to take pictures and talk to people. So I'll definitely do something special for that. So look forward to that. And that's it. That's all I got.
all right, go ahead, Perry.
What up? It's Perry Fent, just random citizen of the internet. Nothing. Well, actually, no. I do have something to pimp out. I made every time one of these, like either a direct comes along or E3 comes along, there's all these bingo cards coming up of like what could happen. So I made one for the Switch event. That's a little trollish, but also you could probably get a bingo on. I put it in the chat, like I think. Yeah, I put a link to it in the chat. I'll probably link it on my Google Plus and Twitter if anyone wants it. So yeah, just find me on my Twitter, PerryFan7 or Wesley at PerryFan74, and then PerryFan74 on everything else, Google Plus, Tumblr, Twitter, all that stuff, Miiverse, PSN, all that. So I'll probably put that up so people can use it. Hopefully we can get a bingo. Other than that, I'll probably post some other stuff. I made a cool QR outfit in Animal Crossing that's based off Banjo's backpack and outfit in Banjo-Kazooie. So look for that too. And get ready for the longest week of your life.
All right.
Thursday.
And Yin Yang. Ian, are you there?
Jewel.
Jewel,
Yeah.
go ahead and give your sign off.
Yeah, I was waiting a bit, so sorry there. This is the Gaming Mage Joe Moonstar signing out, and hopefully things will be a lot better off when we see what's coming up Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Liger?
Well, basically, like I said, I mean, I kind of have the thing like Red Fox. I also got an invitation, but at that time I'll be traveling to Trinidad for my first tour in my new tour for this year. This is my 50th anniversary of my company. So, yep, I basically choose more money over games. Sorry, but I want my money, so I'm sorry. Games, I could push it aside. But other than that, check out, like I just gave you a description. There's a new video on the channel, the newest video for 2017, Super LBC 4. I have 3 of them. This is the 4th one. Gotta check it out. And please, please leave your comments. That's all I can say. Leave your comments because I think you'll enjoy it. Other than that, there's no perfect game out there. People just enjoy whatever game you have on your console, and please do your research. Because if the Switch don't appeal to you, then don't buy it.
Hey, the PS4 Pro is perfect.
Street Fighter 5 is the perfect fighter. What are you talking about? It's the most perfect fighter.
Great.
Okay, so you're gonna troll before your outro. Okay, I see what has gone for you.
Go ahead, Kenoshi.
Go ahead, Kenoshi, you rat bastard.
All right. I'm gonna start writing articles. I have a WordPress blog site that I'm called the Gamers Box at WordPress.
Oh, I remembered. I was remembering that I did do a my 2 coins about this, but if anything, we already covered it. But if anything, what topic are you hitting?
Let me finish my outro before you. So yeah, that's basically it. So the first article will go up on Monday. So
Okay. And I'm Dr. Feelgood, of course. I'm very much looking forward to the Switch event. I will be hosting an OGL live during the reveal. For me, I think it would be 10 p.m. So I'm gonna start at 9:30 Central Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. If anyone wants to join, any first come first serve. I hope I get a full house. You may not see our faces, but you will get our live reactions. Also check out the two videos I've done recently. One I did today, which is called "Wii U Mad Bro," about Polygon article, and I did one about a recent Forbes article. You may have already seen it.
Haven't seen the Forbes
And there will
one.
also
The Forbes one's
and
pretty
there will
good. That's a
also
good
be
video.
another OGL event, probably the Sunday following. So you guys want to show up for that? We're gonna go in more depth after the reveal. But yeah, and I may actually be on Gaming at Large. Not exactly sure. It depends on how long it goes. But I'll probably be pretty busy regarding the YouTube community over the next week, as I'm sure most of us will be, except for Liger's punk ass going out of town. But anyway, as I always say, keep it gaming and stop all the rumors that's close to the reveal. That's it.